Hello friends, in this video I will demonstrate how developer can utilize the AI in their task in beginner friendly way. We are going to implement simple REST API using Node.js and Express by using Amazon Q. So let's get started. So in this, I have a one blank folder here, a node API queue, and we have a task.txt file inside that. And what we are going to do is we are going to build a simple REST API which will give a JSON format response by using Node.js and Express.js. And we will utilize Amazon Q as well to fast track this development. We are going to create two endpoint. One endpoint is a get users, which will list out all the users, and another endpoint is users slash id, so it will give a specific user detail based on whatever id pass, right? And we will do a json data operation for demonstrating this api. Okay, so let's get started. So first we can open our terminal. We will start with the development, right? So first thing is we need to initialize. First thing is we need to install node.js. If you don't have a node.js, make sure you go to the official node.js website and download and install it. I have already node.js version 20.x installed in my system. So first thing is I have a blank folder and txt file, so I am going to do npm node package manager initialize. So it will initialize a node package manager. So it will ask a couple of question here, like what is the package name, right? I am giving a default name for now here. Version it is asking. Description we can also give a node js based api, we can say. This is an entry file, right? And the some other things are we can take a default. Author I can say Jaymit, and then license and other stuff, right? So here we will just give a yes. So it will initialize the npm package. You can see this package.json created, that is for maintaining our package dependencies. So here you can see like default name and description and all the stuff come in what we given while doing a npm init, right? npm init, our first step. Node package manager will initialize this project. So after doing that, we have to create a server to manage the apis, right? So first what we will do is we will create one file here, index.js, and inside that we have to write code to create our server for api handling, right? REST API handling. So REST API generally have an endpoint and it will give a JSON response, right? So we will create a here a server. So for creating a server, Node.js API server, we need a Express.js, which is a external module, right? In the Node.js. So first we need to install that module here. So what we will do is we will install that module. Before doing that, we can just simple check, right? We can, this file is running or not. So we can do console.log, and we can test it here. And also we are saving this file, and here we are giving the start command to run it. So what we will do is we are doing node index.js. So whenever we run this start, right? So whenever we'll do npm start command, it will do node index.js, it will run index.json file here. So let me run npm start. So npm start will run node index.js, it will execute index.js file. So we will see the test, right? So let us execute that. Here we see it, right? This test whatever we written here in the index.js, we are able to see that. You can see, right? And now we will write a code to implement our server. So for implementing our server, we need a express. There is a express module available in the node.js, so we can install that, right? For installing module in npm, we need to do command npm install express. So it will install that module. We have some typo here. So npm install express. it will install the Express module, right? So you can see as soon as we run this command npm install Express, it will node underscore module get created, and it will have all the dependencies and related to Express module for creating our server, right? So here we know, like, we have to first initialize the npm project, and then we need to create an entry level file. We did a package.json setting for npm start to execute that file, right? And after that we started, and we know, like, we need a Express module to implement a code. Now we will take a reference and use of Amazon Q, right? Amazon Q is a AI tool which allow us to fast track our development. As a, like, it is having a lot of other features, like we are able to create our code, we are able to create our test cases, documentation, and many other stuff are there. We are even able to ask question or directly create a code in our directory also, or in a folder also. So first, if you don't have a already installed this Amazon Q, you can go to the extensions, and from here you can search Amazon Q and install the Amazon Q extension. And once you install, you need to just create your builder ID by giving your email address, and then you are able to start it freely. It is free available also, and then you can also go with the paid plan if you need in advanced uses. So after you install this Amazon Q, you have to just start a new conversation, right? And here, what is our task requirement? So our task requirement is building a simple REST API by using Node and Express, and we want to build a two endpoint, user listing and user specific user ID wise listing, right? So we are giving this requirement to our Amazon Q developer for building this. So you can see we get this response, like, for building a simple REST API, you need to npm init. We already did a initialization, right? And that node package.json created. Then we installed npm install Express. So we did already this step, like we initialized the project npm package, and we installed Express already, right? Now they are asking us to create a user.json, so we can copy this simply, and we can create it here, right? It is asking us to create a new file here, so we can create the new file, user.json, and inside that we can paste this code which is given in the Amazon Q, right? So here, whatever instruction given, um, ask us to create a users.json file. So let me check, we can rename it to users.json. It is, we created and we pasted this code, right? And create a app.js file with the following code. So we already have index.js created instead of app.js. So we will copy this code which will create a server and needful APIs, right? So let us copy this code in our index.js file where we have entry point. So we are pasting that code, and we also walk through the code, and we can see, like, is there any other step. It is asking to run the application, you need to do node app.js. This setting we already did on our package.json node index.js, right? And it will already telling, like, you will get a two endpoint, user endpoint return all users, specific id user specific id return specific id related detail, right? So these are, like, already given a lot of other instruction, like you have a two endpoints. One is a user endpoint, another is a specific user endpoint, and this instruction. So it is a very really quick, right? So you can see we already pasted that code here. So we already installed the module, that npm install Express, right? That we already did, already installed in our node module. So that we already get that package, and after getting package, we need to we need to just initialize that package, and we need to create an app. So we are creating app here. That's this Amazon QEI already given this all code, like it is a our 50-60% work done by AI, right? As a developer, how it is important to use AI. Now you get the idea, real time idea with this example, right? So you can see Express app was created, and it was listening on the pod. So if you can see this pod on 3000 pod, this app is already listening on. So here we initialize Express app, and Express app was listening on pod. 3000. So whenever we do the request, we will do the request on 3000 port. And we have this routes, right? We have a one API, like whenever we do slash users, it will execute this function, this arrow functions, right? We can see async arrow function, and this function will have a try and catch. It will like do the read from the file. So we have this user.json file, right? User.json file, like one entry, second user, third user, we have a multiple user array of object here. And this fs is an inbuilt node.js module, which we are able to use directly without installing. So we just required it and start using it, right? We are reading file and we are giving path wherever the file is present. So we have in same directory, and we are getting that data, file data, and we are json parse that data and just returning response, right? Response.json users. So we are returning those data to for this API as a result, right? So whenever we run, like now we need to start this server. So if I go to the browser, and if I do the localhost, right, localhost 3000, so it will say us this not running, right now this is site not reachable because server is not running. So first thing is we already have this command mentioned here, start command. It will do node index.js, it will run index.js. So what we need to do is we need to do npm start. It will start our server because it will do node index.js, and index.js already have express and app initialize, and app was upping the server, like listening on the port after creating server. And this listening on port 3000. So whenever we send request on 3000, it will, now you can see it will connect it to the server, and we did not get this reroute, but we already have other route defined, right? So if we do these users after 3000 users, we will get user results. So you can see we get all the users listing. So this is our one API, which is get user list. So this API give a get user list. Similar way, you can see like we are getting data from this json file and returning as a json. Same way, like when someone call another API, so we have another route, we are able to add multiple route. We have a multiple APIs, right? So we are able to add multiple route. This is a one API, this is another API. So here we added like user ID route. So whenever someone call user with specific ID, it will call this arrow function, and this function is getting data from that same file and then parsing those data and finding a specific ID which is passed in the request parameter, right? So whatever passed in request parameter, that ID we are getting request param ID. So whatever we are passing in request, this id we get here request param id, and we are matching and returning those particular record in the response. Okay, and other things are error handling related items, like whenever data not found, we are giving 404. If any error occurs, we are giving 500 error, right? So this way, like we are able to build a apis. You can see like I am giving another endpoint test. So here I am giving a ID, say for example 2, so it will return a second record, right? So this way, like you are able to test your APIs easily, and you are able to create your API easily. So here we just install Express server, we initialize the application which will create our server to listen on port 3000, right? And we register our APIs route, users APIs and user ID APIs, and we did some operation to get those data and returning as a JSON and some error handling stuff, right? Mm, Here also some error handling stuff is done, and here added a middleware, right? That will parse the express json for operation perspective. So we are able to use middleware. Before a request reach out to this particular route, it will do the process. So like this is, if we go to write this each and every line one by one, 47 line, right? It will take a time. So you can see like how amazon q and some other AI tool will really help developer to fast track their development. So now you can understand, right, how it is compulsory, or we can say necessity or necessary to use a AI as a developer to fast track and differentiate yourself, in terms of your day-to-day development, right? So this is just a simple example to understand like how AI is playing important roles in your day-to-day development. So this is how we easily build Node.js REST API by using Express.js, by using Amazon Q Developer AI tool, right? So hope at least you get some idea. So here you can see, right, we have an index.js file auto created through the AI Amazon Q. We have a package initialize, and we have some dependency installed, right? Express and other stuff we installed it, and we have a task already there, and we given a proper prompt to the our AI. So we given a proper prompt request to our AI, and AI did a magic, like AI suggested what you need to do: initialize your project, npm project, do the express install, create a JSON, and this code we need to put, and then run it right in node way, and these are the endpoint already created. So this is the way, like every developer should have to start using any AI tool in your day-to-day development. That will 100% fast track your development, 50-60 percentage overall. No doubt, like when you having a complex system your side, you are not able to do everything with the AI. But of course, like AI will not replace you, but if you don't use AI, someone will replace you definitely. Okay, so hope you get idea out of this simple example how you can build things faster by using Amazon Q and some other AI tools. Thank you for watching. Please like, share this video maximum with the beginners and whoever are still doing old fashion of development and not using AI. Start using AI either in CLI, either in your Visual Studio Code extensions, and many other options are available, right, in browsers. So be a developer with AI to fast track your day-to-day development. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel for more on programming and AWS stuff and serverless stuff. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time.